Okay, I believe we are live. We're still going to Facebook on YouTube still. I'll have to turn myself off when we get there. So, greetings, everyone. Welcome to
Hello.
video broadcast of We Don't Know What. Just basically just a galactic discussion.
In the making. Yeah.
So, all right, we have a chat here also. I'll be able to go to on YouTube. Let's see. I was going to do a couple announcements, but I'll save that for later. So, all right, everybody, if you want to, all right, unmute all or whatever. Or okay, unmuted everybody and go for it. Whatever was on the mind or.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. So this is like trying to figure out a new podcast or chat thing.
Well, the idea here is to what we're doing here is galactic discussion. Daria does a lot of. We're here with Dario, here with Peter, and we're here to just. Daria does a lot of astral connections. So, I don't know, Peter, if you have anything you want to throw in.
Well, I picked up that me and Daria had a past life together, and she was like Shira, which is on a T-shirt at the moment.
Shiro. Yeah. Promoting Shiro. Yeah.
And I was like her. She was like the only girl warrior, and no one would mess with her. But she never used to hurt anyone. And I was like a squire or something. She used to train me so if she get caught, I could help her out. But yeah, but I was going through lessons back then. Yeah.
And then she picked up how exactly it happened. So what Peter told me that it was like a bunch of guys standing and arguing or fighting, and then I came with a skirt, wasn't it?
Yeah, short skirt, and I'd like pick you up while you're around and throw you in the middle of them, and they'll be like, "There's a girl," and then the short skirt, and she'd be up in the air, and everyone would freeze, and then no one would attack her, but she didn't. She'd bash them up, but not. I think everyone would back in those times would be killing each other, but yeah, we'd just muck around. It was just funny.
It's like having funny when you're supposed to be at war and be really serious, and you're just screwing around, basically.
Yeah, that's what I picked up, and I picked up. She used to. I used to always be chasing girls, and she would be going, "You need to just need to find a comfy pillow," and then I'd be chasing girls, and then I'd find a girl, and she'd go, "How's pillow today?" She'd just just have fun, yeah, and she'd yeah, it's just a lot of interesting little things I picked up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe Ivan, you got that Shira thing.
Yeah. Isn't that Andromeda or something around those lines?
Yes, it is. And because you channeled Peter whilst you were getting the images, you were actually channeling a being that is called Michelle from Andromeda.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a conscious channeling, and it was because that was actually the first time I was witnessing a conscious channeling, because I've been not that interesting in finding other channelers on net, only Ivan. It's like they didn't want others' energy in my field, actually. So And but I saw your conscious channeling, and it was quite interesting because for me it looked like the entity was going through your memories in your brain whilst you were channeling. And I thought that is awesome, actually, because that was the first time I witnessed it, because Ivan usually goes into trance, which is having his consciousness maybe just moved out a bit.
Or moved over, however you want to word it. Yeah, it's a lot different for sure.
But I feel like everybody that has connected to Ivan up to this time, knows each other from somewhere. And even the beings being channeled, if you ask them, you will almost always get an answer that you know them from somewhere or have been working with them, have been family, friends, whatever. That's
what I pick up on that is when I was channeling Michelle, I saw heaps of figures, and we're like zooming in through lots of past lives, and it's like she was going back through my Akashic records. So I can't go through Daria's exactly, but I can go through mine. So the past life I'll pick up for her is where I'm involved. That's what I got. Or the being or whoever I was channeling, their past lives. So it's like you're not really allowed to go through other people's, but your own, you've got full access. Yeah. Which is interesting.
You can access my records only if I'm allowed to bring you the information in Astral, I think. Because when I do readings on people, intuitive reading, I can feel sometimes they're hesitating and don't give me information. And they actually block the information. So I say to myself, I think you should just wait a bit before you dig into because there's usually the skeptics one that don't give out the information in the Astral. And they sit there and ask you like 40 questions. So you don't remember which question to answer. And then on the 15th question, they say, see, you didn't answer me, so you're not a psychic. So that's what skeptics, like a, I don't know, a prototype of skeptic, and it's cliche. Yeah. So, but I wanted to ask.
Just to add on to that, if I'll get messages for people that are in the psychic groups, and some of them are quite strong messages, but for people just down the street and people I don't know and if I ask for messages, I don't really get much at the moment.
That's interesting.
It's like I guess I'm not really that open, but for people that I'm connected to, they allow information through a lot easier. Anyway, it's just interesting to me.
Say what?
And you, when you're passing people on street, you're like,
I don't do that.
You have your channel closed, right?
Yeah, I don't mess with that.
Me neither. We like walking in the 3D. We're walking in the 3D reality. It's like, I want a coffee. I want a burger.
Yeah.
So what do you want to attach to exactly? Like.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable messing with. I do see there's beings around. That's about it. I don't connect with anyone's energy, but there's like a coffee shop. You might feel there's a lot of energy there, but there's also a lot of alien energy there too. Of course, something like that. Yeah, but not people individually. No. That's how. So.
Yeah.
But if I ask for messages when I'm around someone that's not really open to this stuff, I don't get a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, as for channeling or just out and about, like.
Well, just if I'm around my family, I don't get many messages. I got heaps from my brother going through a divorce, but that was a lot of 3D stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of that. It's just people aren't ready. They're just holding. I mean, I don't know. I guess eventually this will become more popular. It is slowly. Eventually, it will have its jolt into the mainstream. Eventually,
but I see also when Ivan is channeling, I see us in Astral going to Ivan and to the entity that's being channeled and giving information from our guides, whatever that's going to be channeled, and even cryptic messages in the whole session. So once you hear it, it's like, okay, I heard only this, but then a week later you can hear it on repeat again, and then it's exactly what you have been thinking the whole day, but you didn't realize it. It's like they know what you will be going to think in a week time, so they try to match it in the channeling. They know exactly what you will be listening to in 1 week too. It's so perfect.
For me, when I come to Ivan's webinars, sometimes the message at the front is what I've been thinking about all week.
What is that, Peter?
No, just agreeing with you. Yeah, just saying that happens. Yeah, like Prime Creator will come in with a message, and it's just been what I've been. Yeah, exactly what I've been thinking about.
Yeah,
that's really interesting.
Yeah, I remember Ivan. It's like Ivan isn't just a channeler and ET channeler and like this cool psychic guy that he has summoned us somehow. I just know it, but I haven't told him yet. But
what?
Just kidding.
No, that happened to me because I went to sleep one night and then with YouTube playing, and then suddenly I'll be all the conspiracy stuff, alien stuff, even mermaids, all that, like real things of mermaids, and then I wake up and then like all this is on YouTube, and then Ivan would be, and he'd be talking about all the stuff. Like that's how I first met him. All the stuff I was curious about.
Yeah, I had a similar thing, but I was with a guy that had a stage name. His stage name was Chuck Teller. So it was already in my conscious field. So when the name Teller appeared, it was said in such a way that it resonated that I should check more into it. So it was like, so it was like I just knew where to like go from there. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, but I feel they're cool people that has come and attached to Ivan's channeling and sessions. Pretty much, I'm not going to say it out loud so I don't create something, but a few of the best ones.
Yeah.
I feel. You can have another opinion. I mean, the watchers and viewers. But
well, can I say it? I feel like a lot of people that connected Ivan are like ascended masters come back. Really, like they're going through crap.
Yeah.
Obviously, I did. Yeah. Like I can see myself as some sort of reptilian warrior on fields of dead people and crazy stuff like that, like really powerful. And I come here and I have self-love issues. Like
Yeah,
You know,
that's,
like-
yeah, that's good. You're saying that, yeah, because a lot of people have that. It's like, why would I come here? I'm fine. It's like, we're not. No, aliens are not fine. So yeah, and a lot of people come here for patience and enormous amount of things they can't get as an alien. That's why we're here.
Okay, my son's got that one. He's got
I
that.
came here for the ascension, and basically the only way I like to play is when I can kick butts.
Yeah.
So kick butts and ascension, it's like adding honey to your tea. So that's that's how I roll.
Well, yeah, one of the reasons we're all here, of course, Peter's definitely share his point of view, definitely, but also Daria's astral knowledge, especially of the Queen of Astral. I just threw that out there. Sorry. Anyway, I hate to label anybody, but like, I don't know if you want to share anything, or like you said something about one. It's like with the cat aliens, how they're cleaning themselves and they just
Oh, yeah.
don't care if people
Yeah, I
take a
mean,
shower in front of everybody.
yeah, I was talking to Ivan has things with cats, I guess. He thinks they're awkward animals. But I mentioned that I had a vision of, it started with that I have a cat, and when it's licking so much, you kind of get annoyed of the sounds it makes. So I was like complaining about the sounds. And then a man appeared in Astral and said, how can you be annoyed of cat sounds? They're beautiful. They're beautiful. You're not a master or something if you can be just tune into the sounds. And then I don't know who it was, but they pranked him with the cat sounds. They gave him to listen to these licking sounds from cats all over the place, wherever he went in Astral for a while. And he was like, you have to turn it off. You have to turn it off. It's like if he would incarnate here and he would hear one time this, he would freak out because it already had been traumatized in his soul. But I also saw around the same time, I saw cats talking like feline cats from Lyrans that were sitting, and they had their feet up, and they were licking butts whilst they were talking telepathically. And I was like, okay, just normal. And that's how they do it. They're like talking about what they're doing. This is just talk about normal stuff, like how their life is whilst they were licking their butts. And people that come up in Astral that aren't used to this starts to like, well, what is this? Is this a joke or what do they do, right? So everybody will like hit something funny in Astral because there's a lot of awkward things happening all the time.
Yeah.
Like you have this big feline commander with huge balls. I mean, he has huge balls. And he's on his commander ship and he's there channeling whilst there are two grays behind him. And when they're standing up, they're just as tall as they can look right in their balls.
Jeez.
And they're in this room, right? And they can't move like
That's
behind big feline. And they're like looking at each other like, we have to be here. Over watching straight home.
That's pretty, jeez.
So there's a lot of funny things. Like
I I've got a cat now. It just started coming up to me, and it's at my back door, and I was getting little visions of cat biscuits in a bowl, and Daria picked up. She picked up the cat. She was going, "You stupid man! All I want is some cat biscuits." You went down the street and you forgot, and yeah. So I've got a cat now. Somehow.
No, I want to have. It was like strict. Like I wanted here and I wanted down there in the street. I have somebody down there. This is my route. So you human put out biscuit here. I'll check tomorrow and like do. It's like making this route because they do that. It was like strict to you, like meow.
Yeah. And he's all cuddles.
Yeah,
And he's
but
at the door. Yeah.
I kill you in the sleep. Yeah.
I feel like that because he doesn't stop until I put biscuits out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
He's
funny.
hustling. Like,
Yeah. But then he's all cuddles or she, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah, like people are not cat people or dog people. Probably a lot has to do with, Galactic Wars or Astral or whatever it is, because some people just don't like cats and don't like dogs.
one thing about me and cats is like I love cats, but I'm not a cozy person. I don't know. Even when I was feline, I remember being a feline, and I was standing in front of a group of feline, and they were in these cuddling positions. They were all like hugging. They were in a bunch, like many feline, and I was like, I'm not like them. This is not me. And my father at that time, he said, like, I know you are. You're not like the others. And I've been hearing that everywhere where I've been, like in the universe, you're not like the others. And here, guess what they say it on this earth?
Same thing.
Same here. You're not like the others. So cuddling for me is like even just too much. But okay, enough of my personal stuff.
Well, some people some have been questioning like what grays look like. It just popped in my mind that some are just like, oh, grays are being manipulative. That's not what they look like, or from my feeling, a lot of the descriptions are pretty accurate but some feel that it's a trick. I don't know what any of you might think on that, or if that's even worth talking about.
I just got a high-pitched sound in my ear when you talked about gray. So it's basically what does that mean? Just for the viewers, it means a download, basically. So there's a grays in all variety and color and sizes and shapes and even Peter, you said about 6-leg that carried people around.
Oh, I had a cool thing when I was young. There was my brother got kidnapped. I knew my parents was asleep. I was out in the backyard at my parents' place, and there was 6-legged greys walking back to my house, and there was 2-legged ones with guns walking either side of them. So the 6-legged ones were like the muscle men, and the other ones were like just had guns. They were just like the ones walking around. And there were 2 really tall ones at the back near the ship. It was like a classic UFO type thing.
Yeah.
And and I jumped them. I just thought, I kept on feeling like going to sleep, but I didn't. And I just decided, I'm going to jump and get my brother. And then this one grabbed me, and then I was asleep, and then I woke up in my bed. And Ivan told me I was before in a reading. That was ages ago, but that was an alternate reality.
Reality. Okay.
Yeah,
But
that I
Fascinating.
brought back.
I just know that people are abducted on Earth, but there's soul contract agreements. I know there are also
My brother did. That's why he was at that. Yeah, he did for that.
and they had to have 6 legs because they don't have like these muscles, so they just had to compensate and put on.
Oh, they were pretty big. They were like
I can see them,
there's
Ivan. I see them in my vision though when Peter is talking about them. I
there's
see
a
energy
there's a
from
there's a TV show with 6-legged aliens, some series. I don't know. I saw it a couple of times, and they're pretty big. They're like the muscle. They carry stuff, and
they have a little bit of insectoid. I mean,
yeah,
a little bit.
I was told they're like more primitive greys, but they were still very intelligent. But they were yeah, they're kind of a still holding on to some primitive ways, like more using their muscle more and that.
I know there's so many grays. There's so many grays, and even parasite grays, which we're not channeling or getting to know. But I know they will come to Earth when Earth has awakened, and we get the introduction with the chill aliens first. And then when our consciousness is so high, then we don't fear the negative ones. They can come basically, and you know what you're doing, so you can't be manipulated. And then they can show themselves and tell their stories, even the parasite ones, which I have talked to numerous times in Astral. So many times, even been traveling with them, and I can remember them, and they were of hostile beings, and they put etherical implants in me. And I asked him, why did you do that? And he was like, a good looking Alcubata, it's called a parasite alien. And I asked him, why did you do that? No, I would send my mom for a piece of chicken. It's like, this is their way of structure and anything, but we have like a huge protection field from other beings around Earth, so they don't come in and hustle with us like they want to do. So I've met quite interesting races out there, which I hope one day will be said on these shows, because Ivan is channeling the good guys now, and
Well, I've connected to bad ones, and then just a little story. Negative entities, and sometimes you the bad entities are actually your friends that you ask to push you, in a negative way. And so this one Syrian called Franklin, he told me that a lot of negative entities will push you onto like drugs or alcohol or eating bad food or whatever, but then they'll push you off it. They actually push you off that stuff for a while, and then they'll push you back on it, and then they'll keep doing that. That's why you like binge drink and stuff like that. They'll keep doing that till you actually give it up. They'll push you on and push you off it, and negative entities do that too. Yeah. So they provide a service, really, because the day so they push you on and off, and the day you don't go back onto it is when and they'll keep pushing on to it for a little while, but you'll lose interest. They'll lose interest and move on to someone else and
Or you
mess with
die.
them. So they provide a service, really. Yeah.
It's like morbid in me, yeah. But anyway, yeah, they do. I can see that they do that. They test you quite a bit, check your abilities, and then if you screw up, it's actually you who screwed up, so they don't get the karma from the things they want to see you manage to do. It's like, yeah, you get pushed around.
The
Everything
the really negative thoughts that they give you, they pick that up from the human collective and they push that onto you. So it's not their negative thoughts. So they're not giving themselves karma. I got shown. It's actual. So if you end up doing something bad, like you get pushed, a lot of light workers get pushed onto a certain issue like ego or I'm just going to stick with that one, but there's many negative things that they push you on. So you learn to get over that and you help the human collective. You help the human collective like get rid of that like ego a little bit by becoming a light worker, and so it keeps coming back to you, a certain issue. And then if you go into the ego, then you become an uploader, and then, but that egos, there's millions of things that we've got issues with.
We're just being started to unwrap this whole thing, I guess. Like,
yeah, it's quite interesting.
We didn't think about the collective consciousness like in the 80s. What we were thinking about at that time was like to make a psychological degree because it looked cool, and then we can sit and have a cool job and own stuff basically, which is quite strange how we actually move through ages. But I wanted to ask Ivan, what was it again? Yeah, so I just wanted to ask you, because we were talking about the grace ones, and because when Ivan wants to channel negative ones, they're usually prime creator that's being channeled, and then he talks to the negative beings so that Ivan doesn't channel the negative beings. And this is actually a message for people that are quite awake and open, that you are being protected somehow on the other side. Yeah. So when you are in the channelings, or you are in the channeling state or consciousness, there's not going to be a negative of the most powerful coming into you and take over your body. I think it also has something to do with soul contracts, that it's not allowed. They can't do that because then they lose something.
Well, yeah, some of it is allowed, so you can, know what other people are going through, so you get possessed like anybody else.
Yeah.
So there's that. So.
And I have met clones. I have autopilot clones. You just feel some people are clones.
Yes.
And this is actually going to be a huge talk in the future, because people will question, is my husband a clone? Is my son a clone? It's like, how do you know that this is a clone, right? So do you have any ideas, Ivan?
Well, newsmakers, there's stuff on the YouTube you know, of news broadcasters is like when I connect to it, it's like, geez, I don't see anything wrong. I see that as probably very correct, which is kind of spooky. But usually it depends. I feel like it's mostly straight laced people. They have the car, the wife, the kid, the stuff. You know, not always, but I think they're putting on the picture of what they're trying to convey to us as the right normal and whatever that means. You know, I think that's part of the clone army. Of course, there's other clones than that, but I imagine there's drug addict clones that get others to be drug addicts. I imagine there's a combination of everything to
Yeah,
set the agenda.
I've seen what I see in Astral and in real life. So I saw from Astral and in real life that this person was going to sleep in Astral and his soul changed with a clone, and the clone was operating from Astral in 3D, which is or structure. And then he was doing shit stuff and rampaging and hitting people. And basically, then he went to sleep again and changed, right? So the person who gets the karma is this structure body we have here in 3D. That clone already left. The clone is actually attached to your system somehow. So I thought that was interesting because then you don't have any clue who is clone, right?
Well,
I think that's more negative entity. Sorry.
oh,
I think that's more negative entity that would do that sort of stuff. Sorry, Ivan.
well, and no, that's okay. You can go on if you want. You know, I
Well,
imagine
at
go on.
Macca's, I was at Macca's, cafe, and I was sitting there, and I felt me come back into my body, and I was writing my book, a self-love book. I was writing something, and 4 hours went past, right? And I was getting good information for my book, but I felt like I left my body to go get information for my book. And someone started talking to me and I come back, which was crazy. So I was sitting at a cafe, minding my own business, and I left. And maybe a clone was sitting there operating me for a little bit. I don't know.
Autopilot clone. What did you want to say, Ivan, about
Well,
Yeah.
that's. I mean, I imagine there's another aspect of you where would take over your body, something around those lines. I don't think it's a clone, a spiritual clone. Yes, we do it all the time. I think we make from what I'm gathering, we make new aspects of ourselves all the time. We see somebody this is new. You see somebody with a certain, like Daria, for example. I'll make a version of myself like her. You know what I mean? It's like you see somebody, it's like that's interesting, you know, and you mentally create it, and then it's created on the other side from what I'm gathering. So
manifested?
you manifest it, yeah. So you're always creating we're all creators. We're all creating all this crazy whatever it is. You know, there's a frog version of you probably somewhere, or whatever, robot versions or
You
whatever.
can
So
sit down and draw a drawing and give it energy.
Yeah.
An intention of how does it operate in Astral. And basically they manifest. And even when people don't know, when they go and play a specific character in a movie, they put on this mask and they train in front of the mirror, and people are seeing this person, and suddenly it appears in Astral. And why? Because their energy is pushing so much energy into the manifestation, it's appearing. And then they ask, why did that happen? But I also met many jokers in Astral, which is quite funny. And many, how do you call it? Santas and Jokers. What? It's like a landscape of them. Finding Waldo would be easy. It's like crazy. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. I've only just started dreaming again, and it's crazy. Like, it's Daria was saying to me before, like we all have our own universe, like that we can connect to, and it's like you create it all in your dream universe. You know, like it was interesting. Are you there, Daria? Yeah. Sorry.
I feel like everybody's having their own universes or more. And it is as a task as a god and a creator also to have one. It's like what you go through here is also what you're manifesting your own reality / universe. We are just I haven't tapped into it or used my psychic to see that. It is on hold, because if I was to know about my universes, I would have heard it before through channeling. So I'm not stressing about it. It will come eventually. And I'll put that in my book or books, whatever. But the most important task is like the collective consciousness revealing and putting that basically there's programs here, and people are saying there is no programs. I feel there are many programs, and basically they create themselves because they're fair ego / and what I'm doing is actually doing totally alien pride on everything. So I'm saying to everybody that I believe in aliens, which in Norway is like they want to come and pick me up with the car and drive me off, because there's nobody here in my area that you can ask that question and they will answer you. So that's really strange for me, though. So this is my work, though. So it's funny to be, the different one here too.
I talk about aliens and that to others too. Yeah. It's just
it bothers them. Like, why?
Yeah, my father, yeah. Yeah, and others, yeah. My brother still doesn't quite believe, and I brought him heaps of messages to help him through his divorce. What I want to know something. It might be a little bit interesting. I was sitting in my bed, and I felt like my true self was there, and I made circles, and I was sitting in the dark, and I was meditating, and I was going, I want to see. And I swear I could see into the astral where Daria sees, and it was black, but there was hundreds of beings, and there was greys, like little hunched ones with teardrop eyes, hundreds of different greys. And there was a lion, a fairy, off somewhere. And I had an ape. He looked like a chimpanzee, but I was talking to an ape, and he said that he had a planet that was like Planet of the Apes, but where they wore uniforms and different apes there. He didn't like chimpanzee, but he liked the name ape. And I hugged a mammoth. A mammoth come up to me, and I gave him a hug, and he was really wide where his nose was and his tusks. And I gave him a hug. And it was like black in the background. I feel like that was a portal into the sleep astral where we go. That was crazy.
I feel also it's like they're just pushing by, and you're not supposed to hold on to anything. It's like they're being like
there's like hundreds of beings, like really all fairly close around each other. Just sort
There are
of
some teachings of the Arcturians how many beings are coming away. That was negative beings, and it was so dense. And the person said, "But I will never. How do I get past those?" And it was actually about how you can manifesting with your thoughts, and in that realities, it was easier. So it just vaporized, made it like air, and then you could go through it like water droplets. So energy, you can like manipulate energy in astral if you have the abilities there, or you can greet anyone. And there's so many different species and beings there, and rhinoceros that talks, and I mean chimpanzees that can be smarter than you, and you don't even know what you can meet there. Basically, it's so much fun. But
what does Ivan look like in Astral? What do we look like?
I can say I remember him in I don't think I will.
Usually I show up naked, apparently. I show up naked in front of everybody. That seems to be the big thing I do.
Ivan, he shows up in dreams naked.
And astral naked, apparently.
Exactly. And you know what I thought was funny, because I remember Ivan as Nordic, and they have suits like they put on swoosh, and everything is like to the body, right? And then you had like a male camel toe, and so I was like, Ivan. Dude, dressing to the right. And he's like, yeah, we're Nordics, please don't look down. It's like when you go and visit people, it's like, hey, we are the Nordics. I thought that was quite
don't make me pull this out.
Yeah. Why do you think you're visiting people naked in Astral?
Oh, just basically, well, in people's dreams just show I'm not hiding anything. That has something to do with it. And Astral, I don't know, it's probably mostly for reaction purposes. I have no idea. Who knows? If you're gonna go somewhere, you don't have to worry about what you're gonna wear. Who knows?
Would you do that in here? No.
Probably not. No.
No, it's crazy, huh?
No, it's too stupid.
Yeah.
This world's too. Well, the Greys are naked all the time, so it's like,
No.
A lot of them are. Not all, but a lot of them.
There's a bizarre, and then bazaar, which they have clothes and hats and flower on the hats, and Greys don't have many expression in the face. And when you put on a dress and a hat, that looks kind of creepy. It's like.
Oh yeah, I wanted to add to the clone situation, like the politicians, like Hillary Clinton and Trump. Also, I imagine he has clones too. But one thing is hard to tell if it is a clone or not. They're like identical. So, but if there's going to be a clone, it's going to be your major politicians for the most part.
Human clones, yeah. Astral clones can be plenty of them.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm not getting a whole lot on that. I feel like Michelle Obama has been cloned a couple of times, obviously, but her might be different reasons. I mean, some people think she's a man. She might have been. I don't know. Who knows? She might have a lot of male. I don't think she's a man, but she has a lot of male energy, as you could tell by her form and everything. So anyway.
Yeah.
Not that it's important at all.
What Daria come up and told me was that was interesting was that we have a lot of incarnations getting ready for this one. And I can remember being in the German army, I feel, a smoking lady, I can remember. And so
That's before this life, or
yeah, I can feel like I've had
of course.
quite a few lives. So
Oh yeah.
That's why you have to use this.
yeah, Ventolin. Yeah, I
Oh,
can't
really?
smoke. If I have one smoke,
Yeah.
then my lungs feel like they're gonna die.
Yeah.
You
I
want
can't.
to have this, and you could have chosen not to feel or have this type of thing, but you said that you didn't learn the lesson and you wanted to be like, and then you said, so how can I like
Not
sick
smoke.
and be really sick, and then your guides find and with you find out what to do. So yeah, I mean,
I've had Roman lifetimes. I don't know if I was a Roman emperor or whatever it was. I was like a male gigolo, so I've done all the stuff that Charlie Sheen did, probably worse. So that's like a little kitten from up.
that's why you appear naked in Astral.
Not right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, remember this? Yeah.
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 That's not a visual, but but I remember you also as a Syrian, yeah, something, and you were just slaughtering stuff and being just a naughty boy.
Well, I saw a Nordic life like that. It was definitely Nordic. It wasn't Syrian. It was Nordic.
You had like a helmet thing. It was like this.
Interesting. Yeah. Well. Interesting. I didn't know about the Syrian one, but I do know about the Nordic one. I saw it in meditation. It's like, jeez. I was like bright red, meaning just rage. It's like, jeez. So that was fun there. I was real welcome there. So, but yeah, Syrian one, I'm not surprised about.
Yeah, so I helped you out in Astral there because I saw like negative entities wanted to have you because what you did, you actually went in all the stuff that you weren't supposed to, and then they were like, we have him now, like then, but no, not on my terms. Then I came and I actually took you out of there.
Jeez.
And that's what we know each other from past lives.
Yeah.
Like we helped each other because we knew we gonna incarnate here and help each other here too. It was special for us. Even though we might not agree to each other what we did in those lifetimes, like I would probably not agree, like, Ivan, come on.
Yeah.
Don't kill that frog. Come on, it hasn't done anything to you. He's like, yeah, but we
don't kill that cockroach.
Like,
give it a kiss instead. It's like, jeez.
You're talking. That's what another member of your group did. She was crying, like, "Oh, poor animals, poor animals! Oh, look, cockroach!"
Yeah.
So fun.
That was funny.
Yeah, Peter was like laughing and like, did you see it? I was like, no. He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah.
No, cockroach is supposed to capture and then put them in a fish bowl and feed it and give it a name, and they'll probably eat out of the fish bowl, knowing how cockroaches are. Jeez, eat through metal.
But I'm feeling that I'm not always been giving all the information from Astral because I want to make it, how you call it, a surprise for myself too.
Yeah.
It's like I know that I can have strong visions when I really ask and it's needed. They provide me my guides or I get it around from somewhere. But mostly I'm not connected to it always. Like I'm sitting and watching TV and then my head is in Astral. It's like I have to be in 3D and I connect to it when it's needed. And then my multi-dimensional bodies and astral bodies are working basically full time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a surprise.
Yeah.
And then one day, I'm just wondering that, like, that I'm happy that I didn't know before, you know? It's like I was happy that it took so long. So
Oh yeah.
everything is for a reason, basically.
Yeah, mystery is, the name of the game here for right now. But we're opening, we're learning more every day. So that's the whole point of this place, is not to know, but then to know eventually, just mature, grow up, be friendly when you're driving, those type of things.
That's why you have to change your, well, how do you call this thing? Gear? No gear.
Oh, stick shift, yeah.
Yeah, that's because you're a friendly driver, huh? Just kidding.
I don't know if that means anything, because people without that, most people don't know how to drive one, first off. And second off, a lot of people are going a lot faster than me. They don't have a gear shift, so in some cases, but not really.
Yeah, I'm just wondering because you're quite strong psychic. I feel. How do you view me in Astral? Do you see me, or am I like?
Oh, Astral party animal, basically, but also secretive.
Yeah.
It's like, it seems like you got like two sides. You got a side that's, hey, how's it going? Want to go to the club? And there's another side who's like a secret agent girl. It's like, don't tell them about this, and you're like, yeah, it seems like you're like a secret agent. You're like, here's such and such. Here, don't tell anybody or whatever. It's something like that. So there's a lot of different. Those are the two sides I see the most. That's probably the exciting part of Astral. Yeah, so you're like I wouldn't say a spy, but you're not really. I don't know. You're just doing stuff basically, secretly with other entities. That's what I see. Something like that. At least that's the intriguing part.
Yeah, I feel I have a green card to everything, every place.
Yeah, with your party self is like, meaning, I mean, obviously I have other sides, but those are the two strongest ones I see. The party side is just like, people here go to Astral that don't believe in any of this, and that's how you connect with them. So, oh, hey, how's it going? And just like, of course they're knowing, but they don't know. So it's weird. They know where they are, but they don't know where they are sometimes, because they bring a lot of their stuff with them. It's like, when they come back, they want to forget about all of that. It's weird.
Yeah.
And
I feel also that I'm like, I've been also told, but I could see it. Like, I open people up so they see stuff, and then it's like my little game in Astral.
Yeah.
Giving them the opening, and then I see how far they go actually, and sometimes they have to be like, okay, I have to make them sleep again somehow, and then I put my hand over their head, and then they forget everything they saw for a while, so just so they have like, yeah, it's like
well, this is what I'm getting. Well, there's two things I'm getting. First one, I see you like at a club, and you're like giggling with the girls, for example, and one of the girls, like, you like give her something, like a thought, and she all of a sudden wakes up. She all of a sudden's like, hey, wait a minute, I'm seeing this and that, and that's weird. But from what I'm also seeing in Astral, when they go to Astral, I'm not sure if this is everybody, but they kind of forget about this world. They have no idea anything about it, which is interesting. So when they come back here, they don't know about each other, and they see aliens. They see all of it, and it's great. Some do, not all. Seems like they see what they want to see. I'm getting difference. It's different for everybody I'm seeing. So that's
But
interesting.
3D, I see also some people that 3D frequencies and aliens that have agreed to greet people in Astral, they switch to human body for these 3D people. So 3D people being in Astral see basically humans because the aliens have switched their body and appearance to humans, so they don't get freaked out. But sometimes I just open their head up and say, and they freak the fuck out. Sorry, and they freak the.
No, that's all right.
It's just, you know. And sometimes they get like, what more is there? What haven't I figured it out? Why can't I know now? Because basically everything has to be done in a calm fashion, or else it's a shock to the new program or not being in the program actually.
Yeah, it seems like it's different for everybody. There's some that can see aliens, no problem, but then they don't remember their human lifetime here at all. But they think that's the real world, which it technically is. So, but they forget. So there's that, and there's people where 3D, they go there, they see humans, no aliens, and don't know anything about this. So it's different. It's like a holodeck, you can say, for everybody.
What I'm picking up is I had a lady. She was driving a truck, and I was driving a truck, and she was quite nasty. And it was like I connected with her, I think, in Astral, and she was lovely, right? And she said, "Oh yeah, I'm not coping." She's saying, "Yeah, well, that's me not coping, and that's why I'm getting nasty." And yeah, so like you could actually talk about it without, so you could talk to the person without the person going through the crap. You know how they're getting angry here and stuff. It's like you go in Astral and they're like, they're chilling. Ego.
Yeah. Ego runs everything. Runs the show.
Ego is actually the longest addiction we had on Earth. More than drinking, gambling, prostitution. I mean, ego thinking and the structure of ego, it has been longer than, almost as long as humans. So that addiction, we have to quit being addictive to the ego, basically. I don't hear it.
Well, yeah, it's like going to entertainment, Netflix, TV, but many aren't realizing you are Netflix. You are all of this yourself. If you visit yourself, you will see all of that, but much more. It's more as limited on television, but it is also, television's there too. The fantasy stuff's there to remind you, in certain way, or program you, whatever comes first.
Program, yeah. I saw, I saw Big Bang Theory, and they're entities that are in competition with humans. Basically, you have to know the structure of the game to understand this, maybe, or you just have ability to understand it this quickly. But this person was watching Big Bang Theory, and this person was also 3D person, not open to this stuff. The conditioning in the program were that that person wasn't open to this stuff and was watching Big Bang Theory, and it's quite cool show, right? Because it's funny, you hear the laughs and everything, but it's very 3D. I sense a little bit cabal, but it's very 3D. And in the astral, I see the person is being not abducted, but you know, it's like it's astral body. It's being zoomed up when it's sleep, and they're asking this person, and they have something to know. What does he think about this about how Earth is made? How many years ago? They were trying to find his answer through Big Bang Theory. It's like his consciousness has put the answers in his consciousness memories, and the entities were looking for, and they were standing and laughing that they will win because humans are so stupid. They were just searching in the consciousness box, not in the subconsciousness, just in the subconsciousness box. And they were judging the human based on that, because he was just looking for the meaning of life on Big Bang Theory, right? Because there's nothing on TV that explains this stuff. Ivan is not on national TV, right? On after 60 Minutes, Ivan show. It should be, but it isn't. So there are entities in the backlog that really enjoys that human doesn't question the TV programs, because when you're not awakened, you're being asked, what do you believe in? You're being questioned all the time, and your soul and your memories, everything is going to be searched, and the answer will be found and put out there. And whilst you're on it, you are being manipulated to manipulate those people who you love and cherish the most, and you're not even aware of it. And then the karma is on you, not the people who manipulate it, because they are in a system, and in a system the karma is vaporized. Because if you want to search for who is guilty here, you have to go, and it's like 10 people, and the karma, karma wants to find one person to blame on, not 10. And that's the system. It's vaporized through the system. So it's like, it is made so you don't have to, it's made for, it's alien games actually on humans. So, hola.
Yeah, for sure.
I got I picked up once that I could see Ivan with a news program, Galactic News TV program. So sometime in the future,
yeah, well, I kind of do that already. When I see something going on in the news, it's like, chill out, everybody. You're not going to blow up North Korea. Well, it's not yet. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, but it's more in a news setting. I can see it happening.
I see we talk to each other in a 5D program. Because we're sitting like on a TV show and talk about it, and they were asking why Ivan and I weren't getting together, like, because both are singles, why they asked us this, and it's like, no, it's like, I love that guy, it's like unconditional love, blah blah blah. And that was actually in an astral show, or it is in the future. How do we know it, right? Why? Maybe it is in a 5D world, maybe, where we morphed into these bodies we were, and we were sitting in that panel. But I definitely see us there.
Interesting.
So,
yep. So, never know. Anything is possible.
Yeah, especially future.
Yeah, it's well, like right now they're going after Trump right now about impeachment and all that. I don't think that's going to happen. I'll go into that some other time, but it's just junk, basically.
It's like kids
Yeah,
being
it's like kindergartners.
leaders. The youngest soul get the most responsibility to run Earth. It's backwards, like.
It's like no one ever grew up. Look at the media. It's like it's still just you guys are making a lot of money, and it's still just it's like high school crap, basically. Just unbelievable. But anyway,
In the conscious channeling, which was quite interesting, the Michelle from Andromeda was saying that we actually rehearsal or play here in 3D reality. We talk to each other how it's going to be looked like. Peter is here now, or you're here now, or we're talking about how the next day or the next day after that. It's like being like, like woven, is it called? Like it's being stitched together.
Yeah.
And we are co-creating it.
Mm-hmm.
I even saw like a few people have like chairs that lay back and they're on their phones and they're getting their comfy spots to watch Ivan's webinars and that, and then we talk afterwards and you'd look across and you'd see how they're sitting, and then you practice the conversations, and it's like we practice for events to hear.
Yeah.
Like even the awkwardness and all that. Like you meet someone for the first time and it's awkward, you practice the awkwardness. Yeah.
That is genius.
Yeah.
All the feelings, are they really feelings or are they something that we put on? Like the dramatic, how we cry. Whoa, is it real? We call it so real that we believe it is real.
Yeah.
But is it real if
I can see us laughing about it. Like, oh no, I'm going to be way more awkward, and there's going to be this awkward silence.
Yeah. Look at me, I'm crying. Look at me, I'm poor.
Yeah.
Look how I'm acting.
Yeah. Therefore, it needs to be like 100%. I mean, every lie is going to be detected. Everything is like so crazy.
Yeah.
Even arguments, we're talking Astral, and it's like, man, I thought you were going to pop. Like you went that red in the face. I thought you're going to explode. I thought steam was going to be coming out of your ears. Talk about.
I saw broccoli. Why did I saw broccoli ears? Just why?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because the steam looked like broccoli.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Ivan, your awkwardness now tells your body language tells me something.
No, man, I'm just tired. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Let's see. You want to go into a little bit about your connection with dinosaurs? That keeps coming up here and there.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I don't have any idea here because I haven't connected to it, but I know my astral does go back in time and connects to dinosaurs. And there are dinosaurs in other realities which are living. And if you think we are on this timeline, right? And to be here in this timeline, these dinosaurs, maybe, or they had to be abducted or carried away, something. Basically, I think that is a greater idea than being exploded by an asteroid or something. But in other timelines, which are also existing, they haven't been taken away from those timelines, and we can go to them and we can ride dinosaurs, we can talk to them, we can take them and put them in other environments in the universe, I have heard, and create like I don't know if any of you that watches this show that has read about Dinotopia, which is an amazing book about how dinosaurs co-live with humans, and you can look how their eggs are, how it's basically too good to be true, right? But it isn't, because it exists in other realities, and they have also evolved or being breeded with, or like dinosaurs hybrids. I even met that I haven't talked about, an alien on a spaceship. This was before I incarnated here. And we were talking about alien abduction. Her spaceship was fluorescent everywhere. The floor, the walls, and everything. And she had like this like strange cut hair. And I asked her why she wanted to appear that not nicer to being human. She said, and then she morphed into a dinosaur with small head, like a small Tyrannosaurus Rex, which basically explains that she has evolved from that, or can morph into it. So that's how they do it in Astral. And she said something that you don't call me ugly, look at yourself. And then she telepathically zoomed into my skin, and it was sweating and making sounds, and like, so yeah, funny. So
yeah, the dinosaurs, ways I got download that the Anunnaki created them. They're master creators. I don't think they made us. They definitely did contribute to us, that's for sure. But the way they did make the dinosaurs, the dinosaurs were removed here. They weren't needed here anymore. I mean, one of the first channelings, it did feel like they were brought here by. I mean, they could have been created by the Anunnaki, but brought here by the reptilians, just to say this is our world. I mean, there's different scenarios, especially the insectoids. That's why the insectoids are here from before everybody was, for the most part. Of course, there's Arcturians were here in the beginning, but not many people are claiming this world. But definitely the insectoids played a part here, seeing how they're still here. The dinosaurs aren't. Of course, you have miniature dinosaurs now. Your alligator, your lizard.
yeah, that was a miniature dinosaur when you say that. So
a lot of people are connected to the dinosaurs, that's for sure. Jurassic Park was also like like Men in Black. It's like programming. It's like, oh, it's just a kids movie, no big deal. It's like, come on. And I still don't know why they made, I don't know, just put people's face and it's like, it's nothing, it's just kid stuff. Don't worry about it. Just, same with the dinosaurs. It does feel like Jurassic Park, about dinosaurs is the same scenario. There is something here somewhere. It does feel that way.
I do remember the Archons and having robotic made dinosaurs, which was quite, I mean, that was scary. They just run and run, they don't stop, and they kill, and they were crazy out there. So
that's funny.
Yes, that could be after the dinosaur abduction. I don't know. I haven't, as I said, I haven't attached to the dinosaurs' visions yet. But I heard that I have a dinosaur boyfriend.
A naked one, probably too. I just want to let you know if every time I need anything in Astral, I'll probably show up, but I'll show up fully not clothed, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Here, I'm here to help you out. Put something on.
I don't mind that. I mean, I think
I'm,
I
I'm,
did that so much times. Like,
I'm picking up that like you get beings like you get 10-foot tall reptilians and really tough beings, and then you know they act really tough, and other beings go, well, if you're that tough, why don't you incarnate as human?
Yeah.
And that's scary. They go,
Yeah.
oh no, I'm not that tough.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you think you're so tough, why don't you incarnate here? Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of places at McDonald's you can work at. They're
yeah.
always hiring.
Yeah. I do saw myself like after channeling and Ivan, I saw myself going and scaring reptilians. If they weren't listening, I would morph them into humans right instantly. It wasn't allowed, but I did it anyway. I heard. So I can see that, and it resonates strong with me. And they're like, "Well, morph me back." No, now you have to figure it out. Like you can't. And I'll be, yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I did a streaming on this, but it just reminds me. I don't know if I did a video on this streaming. I mean, a video on it anyway, whatever. Of like you'll have like the confrontation with the aliens. Like that's okay. I'll just send you to Earth. No big deal. Keep screwing around with me like that. Imagine there's a way to do that. I don't know how that works, but just here. It's like I've had enough of you. They just end up reincarnating. I don't know how you can do that, but it does seem like there's some way of doing it. Maybe the higher beings can do that. I don't know.
I've got a vision of a giant reptilian acting really tough and then looking really scared at the thought of coming to Earth.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I'm a big tough guy, and I was like, look, yeah, not anymore.
And then now appears naked in dreams.
Yeah, well, that's why I feel like a lot of aliens that's why they attach themselves to us. They want to learn through us and not incarnate here. It's like that's enough. Just like a guide would do it, But a guide goes through a lot more. But they try to simulate the same thing that a guide goes through, also to a certain degree.
I remember helping people into this reality, and basically just bam, I did this on their back, and they had like a mark to be incarnated or somehow, and they were like, "Whoa, she marked me! Now I have to be incarnated on the Earth."
Yeah, I can see that.
That was my significant beat, like bam. I had like I don't know a position that I knew what I mean. And now, if I did this on somebody here, I wouldn't know what I'm doing. But in Astral, I'm not in 3D structure, which means I have
no karma.
Like I know what I'm doing. So when I wanted to incarnate somebody here, I knew how it went in and when it's going out and what happened on the way. So.
Yeah, that what Peter's talking about, I do feel like from that reptilian and other being, because they're big and tough, but they have freedom. They're taken care of. They eat. They be a big badass, but they can still go home to dinner. It's always there or whatever. They come here, you're instantly a slave practically. And you're programmed, and you forget everything, and you might, get a sex change or whatever it is that you're scared of, whatever. It just terrifies them.
Some are scared of white skin.
Yeah, see? Yeah. So, and a lot of females that are reincarnated here used to be males, but they used to treat females like crap. So now they're here as women going through the same thing they caused others. So, it's all that too. So.
Well, I just got told you manifest what you fear.
Yeah.
And that happens here.
Yeah, exactly. It terrifies
Yeah.
other beings. It's like it just terrifies them. It's just, you know, especially if like you're a big reptilian, for example, and you want to be like a football player or somebody tough, and then you break a leg or something. It's like what fun is that, you know? So
Yeah, you're out.
yeah, so it's like that's scary too. You know, it does seem like that's. I'm not very strong if that happens. So you know.
I also have another vision of explaining entities before coming into our Earth, because there are many beings that are in Astral that are afraid of being incarnated.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of explaining and a lot of showing and doing and rehearsing, and they're so afraid of the amnesia. The amnesia, it freaks them out. It's like, what? I will forget about my soul. I will forget about my friends out here.
Yeah.
I will forget
Yeah.
about everything. And it's
Yeah.
like, ah.
Yeah.
And then they're finally being told that everything's going to be fine. They say, okay, and they're incarnated here. They have this amnesia. And when they leave, guess what happens? No, I don't want to die. There's nothing out there. There's not going to be anything. It's
Welcome
like,
to Earth.
It's like, this is the only reality.
This is it.
Yeah, really crazy. It's like
I also picked up, you know, the really big alien beings, they're more afraid than the little ones, because that's why they appear big and tough, because they're like scared inside.
Yeah.
So you got a little being, they're normally a lot tougher, right? Spiritually or mentally and stuff like that. It's the big tough ones that are the opposite, which is opposite to what you'd think.
Yeah, that's
really
interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
there's a lot of beings that can't come in. They have to. They're out of the game. They're out of the game, and they're the watchers. And just some just came here to be the watchers.
Well, I just got a download about like spirit guides. If you're a bad spirit guide, they just send you to Earth. It's like, okay, see what we're going through. We just send you over there. If you're not listening to us, we'll just send you to Earth, and maybe you'll figure it out what you're doing wrong. You're being pig-headed over here. So it just happens more than you might think. So
that's funny.
And it's good. We don't have like 600 years life, which is good.
Yeah.
Because being evil for 600 years, you have like this life because of the karma, right? That's like really huge. And I mean, that's good. We're just living like short lives, like bang, bang, bang.
Well, it does seem like it's pretty long though, compared to what you're living. Depends on what's going on. It does seem like a month can feel like a year. So
true.
Depending on what you're going through. So.
Yeah,
I mean, feel like 600 years.
And I wanted to talk about time, but that may be for another subject, because there's a lot about people are feeling about time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I will not watch at my house.
Yeah, I can do that for another.
Yeah, of course. It's a long conversation.
Yeah, I can go on to She-Ra. Is there anything else you want to talk about She-Ra?
I don't know what people doesn't understand the She-Ra thing, right? They don't understand because it has been said in the channelings and it has been said by guides and others that I'm She-Ra. And even people crossing me on the street, and I haven't talked to them that much, they just say She-Ra. And I heard that twice. So I haven't actually understood that. Then later on, they said it in the channeling. And when they said it, I suddenly remembered it. I remembered the life it was in Astral and in that reality. And in that reality, they looked at their creation, and they were just, I'm made of this, and they knew exactly what they were made of. But
Yeah.
here we call them cartoon, or
Yeah.
they're not 3D like we see on screen.
Mhm.
But they have like full body and mass and everything. So
Well, no, to chime in, I think there's other females that do feel like they're She-Ra also. So, I mean, I think there's other aspects also.
yeah, I
I
mean
think so. Of
aspects of Shira, of course.
course.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I imagine one created it first and then others mimic it. Of course, it's, oh, I remember her. I remember being around that or something like that.
yeah, yeah. I mean the brush from Shira. There is an entity there, which is a brush. Came and visited me when I was 5 years old. I didn't watch Shira or anything, but I remember now that I watched Shira, and it asked me if I believed if it was true. If I believe and or if I can see it. Can you see me? Do you believe in me? Do you believe that I am true? And I was like, yes, of course I can see you, so I believe you're true. And then it brushes of happiness. Like I was like, okay. But if you ask me when I was in my ego, when I was like from 14 years old to 25, and you would ask me, do I believe in a brush from Shira? I would have cracked up and laughed so hard I would fall off my chair. I didn't believe in anything like this in this matter. I believed, okay, I said always, yeah, there are aliens out there. They're so far away, and they're like light years away from us. It will take so much time to get here, but I believe there have been here sometimes, like there are evidences of them, but I didn't understand that I could connect to them through my mind and my being and my soul and everything, and through energy and through other people, through touching, through smelling and everything, through dreams. And I was like, wow, everything is actually alive in this universe. Like thoughts are things. There's I can't go around anymore and like say no to this soul experience. I would.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm getting told that you're going to really, there's a movie Wonder Woman coming out that you're really going to connect with that.
Yeah, I already
What
do
she
that.
did. Yeah, the Amazon woman. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's
so
another
you
go.
could say
It
Wonder
was-
Woman really
Yeah.
after that movie comes out.
Yeah, the Amazon woman. Yeah, be a bunch of guys watching that one. No women there, maybe 2 or 3. It's funny how.
And I can connect with you, Ivan, that you did this at other worlds. I think you've mentioned that before.
Oh, channeling? Yeah. I've done
Yeah.
reptilian worlds. That's fun.
Got spots on your face.
Especially doing it on this world is fun too.
I don't remember your name as a reptilian, but you had a trench coat and you had a
I'm a
brown.
badass.
Yeah. I want to badass.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, actually.
I have no idea.
Trench
Trench
coat,
coat.
and he had like these dots on his reptilian face,
Interesting.
which I thought was quite, yeah.
Well,
And in the past, I was a blue king. I
Hmm.
can connect with that.
With a mighty sword.
Blue King of what? Of like Syrian?
Mesopotamia or something, they're telling me.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. That they kind of want you to bring your past here a little bit. That's what I feel. That's what I pick up from that.
Hmm.
I want you to connect more with that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's good to connect to your past lives, but don't relive them. You know, some people like, oh, I was Archangel Michael or an aspect or whatever, and you like hold on to that, and you're like, I mean, that's good and connect with that, but still good too.
Use what it is, the message in it. You can always
Yeah, exactly.
from it, or the
The
aspect can
lessons.
help you in this incarnation.
Exactly.
But not, you can't be that person you already has been. You're another one that has a cooler task, right?
Exactly.
So make it cool, make it funny, make it a story. Just
Mhm.
be stupid and be. I mean, you can be real when it's needed to be. Like, okay, I have to focus and help you out with this, but joke a lot around. Like, don't be so, take it so serious.
Yeah, but what I feel like it's like for you, Daria, you're a powerful woman. They want you to connect more with that, you know. And for me, it's to bring me confidence. And do you know what I mean? It's not to be a blue king. It's to connect with your, you know, sort of give you more confidence and stuff. That's really what I feel from that.
About the woman is, I remember as a reptilian, I wasn't what they had they were really going for women, the alpha woman and alpha male in their societies. And I was an alpha female. And you had to earn your way to be an alpha female. You weren't born into be in high class. You had to fight your way through it somehow. And they were actually questioning my skills before I came here. Can I have the ability to be an alpha female? And what is an alpha female on Earth? Because there has been so much male energies here and structure, which when a female is starting to be more female, they're like, oh, she's feminist, right? And she's having red socks on, and she's too much, and she needs to be shut out, right? And women on Earth have a long way to go. It's like, for me, when they asked me, are you a feminist? I said, I'm a feminist and a machoist, or what you call it. And I take the feminine side and the masculine side. I don't call myself feminist. I'm like, what is that? You have to be like both sides to actually, and then it's like alpha female. If I ever am, please tell me. Now you are. So I know I have accomplished it, okay? What is that?
What is that? Or what? Sorry. I know I've had a lifetimes as an ancient Greek playwright during Plato's time. I know I pissed off Plato a couple of times. I still feel that. And most of my stuff I think was destroyed though in history. I think it was destroyed for all these poets for all their stuff was wiped out. It was done on purpose because people were becoming hippie and free against the suppression. So they don't, So anyway.
I see you heading with Plato's hat. You know what he hid in his hat? He had a striped hat, and you were running off with it. I think he had like smoking stuff in it.
Probably.
They smoked. They did. Oh, did I tell something I shouldn't? Oh, whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was. I was like a grandfather to a famous poet, but I don't remember who it was.
You?
Yeah, it was a while. It was like 1800 time period. It was like an aspect of me or something like that. I'm trying to remember who it was, but I don't remember who it was.
You poet? Wait.
No, I was a grandfather of a poet.
Your fashion is to incarnate, so you will find each other. So basically, you have been you. So you were the grandfather and the grandson, basically, with your fashion.
That could be it. I don't know who it was though. I forgot, but it was a I don't remember who it was. Like 1800 time period, I think, or 15. I don't remember exactly. It doesn't matter.
You have other aspect that can come out later that I know about, which is quite interesting. When world is ready, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. Me too.
All right. Do you want to wrap this up? You guys had enough?
Yeah, wrap these up like a mommy again. No,
Anything else? Any last words?
No. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. Anything else, Daria? You want to tell everybody about your Facebook?
Oh yeah, I have a page on Facebook. Thank you for reminding me because I forget stuff like that. That is called She, and it's not She-Ra, but She, and it's about metaphysics, extraterrestrials, and astral travels. And it's a baby in the making. Nothing big happens there, but if you want to join, join. You don't want to be with the cool people. You don't want that.
Put the pressure on. Yeah, just throw it on. Yeah, Peter, do you have anything that you have?
I'm doing a self-love book and that, but I work on it on and off. But I'll send messages out on Facebook. So
sends love out.
Yeah, do that.
You have any channelings? Anything recent channeling that you want to messages that you can come? That's up to you. You don't have to.
No, not at the moment.
Right.
Connected with a lady with a big eye. I saw Daria drew a picture of one of their species.
Oh yeah.
And she was the one that gave me all the advice for my brother, and they help with emotions and stuff.
Excellent.
But I'll post that out. I don't know what a species is called. Can you pick up on that, Ivan? Or Scythius or something? I picked up, but I don't know what that meant.
And it might be from Andromeda, I'm feeling, but they're kind of mysterious also.
They are mysterious.
I don't know if the name really connects to them or not.
It's okay. There's so many different species. Just go on connecting to all of them. There's just so many different types of.
But then actually the eye thing, after that I had download and I started to draw the species and I put it on my page, people were actually contacting me saying after they saw that post, she appeared very clearly in their dreams. And everybody was looking inside her. She has many abilities, which is awesome. And many like that appear too, which, I mean, there is a one-eyed universe for all we know.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. They look at us and just, what do you need two for?
Yeah.
Or like fingers. You need 3 fingers. That's all you need. That's all you need. These. So yeah, we're just a bunch of freaks. Just a planet freak. So all right. Thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for being here, for sharing. We'll see if we can do another one of these maybe next week or not a week from now. So we'll see. So, all right. Good night, everyone. And